Okay, that's 9, 4, 21. Let me see here. Is this right? This could be right. Okay, that's right. 2 is 12, 13 is 23. Okay, 1 is 6, 19, 17, 23. All right. Today's Monday. Okay. All right, how's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Just going to do a little brief recap on what I was able to pull through for the VIP today. Today is 112. And man, we tore them up on 111. You can go back and watch the video I did earlier, and it'll go over the type of damage that I did on 110 and 111. Okay, starting out today, here we go. Starting out today, look at that. 3, 4, 6, 8. Promise my only big money pattern on fire. to manifest between the dates 1/8 and 1/16. Today is 1/12. Can everybody hear me okay? All right, all right. I appreciate the love. I really do. Ladies and gentlemen, I make this look easy, but I work extremely hard. Look at this 8463. Look at that right there. You see it for yourself. 8463. Boom, boom, boom. Do you see how hard I work to take a 24-way combination and give it to you straight and promise you on 1/12 to win? This is what you must do. It's a prerequisite to join. Focus on my top 5 4 digits, which I promise the first 2. That was the number 1 big money pattern. And I told you it will manifest. I did not say maybe. I did not say might. I definitely did not say I think. Y'all should know I don't do that shit. This right here, look, let's keep it moving. 777. Ladies and gentlemen, black sheep, you see it for yourself. Between the dates 110 and 118, I told you nobody will be investing or playing 777. Ladies and gentlemen, 415. Ladies and gentlemen, black sheep, on time between the dates 16 and 114. 415. We knew that was an underdog. We knew that everybody else would be probably running 145, 451, but not 415. Here I go again. Watch out for 145. I guarantee that number 4 big money pattern would manifest. Look, on 112. So if you put this together and do your own due diligence, you would have ran 145 and you would have said, hey, look, nobody is going to be investing in 415. And I see that he has 145 guaranteed to roll out on 112. Woo! Promised the number 1 big money pattern would roll out on 112. If you focus on my top 5, you'll realize I promise the first 2 big money patterns will manifest from 112. Somebody tell me what today is. And I told you, I don't practice numerology. I don't. But I tell you, in most cases, I can make this happen in 24 to 48 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, 3617. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised my VIP. if they believe in the hard ass work I do. You see it for yourself. On 1/6, I told them, look, I promise you, those first two big money patterns will manifest in Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, 937, ladies and gentlemen, I promised that number one big money pattern would manifest by the deadline date 112. You see it for yourself. I did an explanation about what to do on the deadline date. Today is the deadline date. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You got is that 460? Ladies and gentlemen, number one, big money pattern. I promise to win. Focus on my top 5 3 digits, which I promise the first two will manifest. 17 to 115. I also guarantee you would see it in Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, 4, 3, 2, 8. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. I promise my top 2 big money patterns would manifest by the deadline date. So again, I'm proving to you that if you do your due diligence and if you don't want to lose, and you go back to the deadline date, which is today's date, you would have picked that out. You would have said, he says, look, those first two, he promised. He promised. He promised. Those first two will do what he say they will do by the deadline date. So I'm going to trust that. I know I would. Ladies and gentlemen, 143. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised my VIP, those top 5. Look, to win, focus on my top 5 3 digits, which I promise the triple dollar signs will manifest 15114 in North Carolina. That's proof in writing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back and you can see right here where we left off. We did a damn fantastic job so far. So, may I ask, what state can I look into the future and see what I can see? What state? What state that you don't see on here? We're going to see my all states predictions work it out. South Carolina. We already do Michigan. Michigan is already included. Michigan is already included. Look, Michigan, 937, number one, big money pattern, deadline met, Michigan. Look at that, 3617, promised the top 2 would roll out in Michigan. So we're going to look at South Carolina real quick. We're going to look at South Carolina. And then I'll come up for some air. Let me go see what South Carolina did for us today. Let me go here. Let me 314 2508, South Carolina. Okay. On 112, to win, focus on my top five three digits, which I promise the first two big money patterns. Look, will manifest. Look, I also guarantee that you will see in your state. You see it for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, that was 314. That's your number one big money pattern. Two five zero eight, 2508, 2508, 2508, 2508, 2508, 2508, 2508. I don't see no love. Let me make this the last one I do. I told y'all I don't be fucking around with these numbers. These numbers don't be fucking around with me. Telling you the truth. Truth has set you fucking free, but y'all not listening to me. 2508, number one motherfucking big money pattern. Woo! To win, focus on my top five four digits, which I promise the first motherfucking two big money patterns will manifest from 110 to 118. I also guarantee you will see it in your state. Hello, South Carolina. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Number one, look at that. Heavy stars. Look at that. Straight. And in most cases, I can make this happen in 24 to 48 hours. Y'all see this for yourself. Okay. Okay. That's it right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's it right there. Y'all saw that one for yourself. Straight, straight. So, I told you, I don't know shit about the lottery. I know everything that I need to know about energy, frequency, and vibration, as you can see. All states, I do all states. That's what your state means. So if you don't see your state, you're under a spell, and I can't help you. I really can't. So again, for you, before you decide to join my group, you have to email me at dynamicallydriven@gmail.com. And I need to see that you know what the prerequisite is. This way I know that when you send me your money, you're not going to join my Discord and ask me what to do next. You'll already know, just like I tell you, a 5-year-old can pick out fire. A 5-year-old can pick out the number one number. How many times did you see me produce numbers that I indicated with either them being in the first two positions, on fire, or triple dollar signs? I'll wait. How many times? So on 112, time is irrelevant when you're looking at the future. I need you to watch out for 4842. Watch out for 0892. Heavy. Watch out for 278. Watch out for 904. Heavy. Watch out for 459. Watch out for 237-0162. Watch out for 1273. Heavy. 3495. Heavy. 2384. Boom, boom, boom. You're going to watch out for your 5617. Your black sheep, black sheep. Nobody will be investing in 4506. I need you to watch out for 6728 and 7839. Ladies and gentlemen, for you 5-digit winners, watch out for 93347. Watch out for 02033. Nobody will be investing in those combinations. And I am also going to share with you some very spectacular where we at here, right here. Watch out for 9026. All states. Watch out for 5-digit 21729. Uh, I'm gonna go 6206. So I do appreciate the love gifts that I've been receiving from those who have been listening to me, and they're not just catching the numbers and keeping it to themselves. They're catching the numbers and they are actually sending me love gifts, which helps out so much. So again, when I tell you that these numbers are not ordinary numbers, these are big money patterns. And these big money patterns will continue to keep rolling out every single day. Okay, I'm going to see everybody at the winners table. I'm going to take me a small break. I just uploaded all of my predictions to my website, which is dynamicpredictions.onrender.com, where all you need to do is invest in the first two or the number one and fire, or just simply the number one. Do this for multiple drawings. I suggest starting out with states like Texas, Tennessee, and Georgia because you get more bang for your buck and you don't need luck at all. As you can see, I prove it every single day. Triple ones, deuces, threes, fours, sevens, nines, zeros. Quad ones, deuces, threes, sevens, nines, zeros. Watch out for the sum of 9, 13, 19, and 21. I told you the sum of 21 was hot when I did my live earlier. I told everybody triple sevens would roll out, and I told you also from triple sevens, which gives you 21, you will see triple ones. So watch out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I love you all. I appreciate your time, and I will see you all at the winner's table. Oh, don't forget about 8940, and don't forget about 126. Don't forget about those. And tomorrow we'll be going over what we'll see as far as sums, pairs. We can do relevant pairs, which would be from the previous drawing for the relevant pairs, but for most uh, most instances, you're going to see repeat sums, therefore repeat pairs, but the pairs will be either flipped around or separated by one or two numbers if you're looking at the 4 digit. I'm going to see everybody at the winner's table no matter what. Abundant prosperity in health and in wealth to everybody who follows me and believe in the hard work that you see me accomplishing every single day. Go to dynamicpredictions.onrender.com, pick a package. If you're new, you get 7 free days with any package, even the 1-day package.